What are the benefits of a living trust? How do you create one? And how is it different from a will? Keep watching because we're about to answer these questions and show you how to start creating your own. In this video, we'll cover what a living trust is, how it's different from a will, how to create a living trust, and more. We're eForms, your go-to destination for legal templates and how-tos. If you're ready to get started creating your own living trust, click the link in the description below. Let's jump in. Let's start with the basics. What is a living trust? A living trust is a legal document that allows someone to place their assets under the management of a trustee, who can be the grantor or another person. The trustee is responsible for safeguarding the trust assets during the owner's lifetime. The trust assets will be transferred to the beneficiaries upon the owner's death. A real-life example would look like this. Mary sets up a living trust to manage her assets, including her home and savings, with herself as trustee and her children as beneficiaries. The arrangement allows her to maintain control over her assets during their lifetime and ensures a smooth transfer of assets to her children after her passing, bypassing the probate process. How is a living trust different from a will? A living trust allows you to transfer ownership of your assets to a trustee to manage both during your lifetime and after your death, bypassing probate. A will, on the other hand, outlines your wishes for the distribution of your assets after your death and must go through the probate process. Let's cover the four main roles you'll likely hear while creating a living trust. Grantor, the person creating and funding the trust. Trustee. This person takes care of the trust assets during the grantor's lifetime and is often the same person as the grantor. Successor trustee. This person manages the trust assets if the trustee dies or becomes incapacitated. Commonly, the successor trustee's role is to distribute and transfer the trust assets to the beneficiaries. And beneficiaries, individuals or organizations that receive the trust assets. There are two kinds of trusts, revocable and irrevocable. Let's compare them. A revocable trust allows changes or cancellation by the grantor during their lifetime, providing flexibility but fewer tax and asset protection benefits. An irrevocable trust, once created, cannot be changed or revoked except under limited circumstances, offering greater protection but less flexibility. Before we go, let's cover the steps to creating a living trust. Number 1, identify property. The grantor should take an inventory of the properties to be entered into the trust. This can include real estate, personal property, retirement accounts, business interests, and any other valuables the grantor owns. Property and assets that are not specifically entered into a living trust will not become a part of it. Number 2, choose trustees. A trust will commonly have two types of trustees. Initial trustee manages the trust during the grantor's lifetime. For revocable trusts, this is commonly the grantor. Successor trustee manages the trust if the grantor becomes incapacitated or dies. They'll be responsible for distributing the property and assets of the trust to the beneficiaries. Select beneficiaries. The beneficiaries are the individuals who will inherit the trust property after the grantor's death. They're usually the spouse or family members of the grantor. Who can be a beneficiary? A beneficiary can be any person, born or unborn, or organization legally permitted to hold an interest in property. If a grantor wants to give a portion of the trust property to a pet trust can be created within the trust document. 4, signing. To prove a living trust was created, signing with 2 witnesses and a notary public is recommended. Estate planning can be a complex process, but we're here to help. If you're ready to start creating your own living trust, click the link in the description below this video. There you'll find templates for every state and easy to follow instructions for each. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more.